What's going on, guys? My name is Ethan Bars, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about whether or not you should buy an electric skateboard. Also, I might as well plug my Snapchat, boom, right here. Go follow me on Snapchat. I have a ton of awesome stories that I'd love to share with you guys, so go follow me on Snapchat. Do it. So just to kind of give you guys a little background on what's happening here. So a while ago I bought, like at the beginning of summer, I bought an electric skateboard. A month before that, I was really looking into it. Electric skateboard form, I was reading up on it because you can build them for a lot cheaper. But then I realized, man, it's still going to be a lot of money. I can't afford it. Then I eventually found one on the electric skateboard forum that guy was selling that was pre-built. So then I jumped on it and got the electric skateboard. I actually had to put more money into it. I had to put an additional like $150, no, actually more like $200 into it to make it work because the deck was too flexible. This is that skateboard. It's not electric, it was, and I just bought a new deck and swapped the hardware, and so this is my regular longboard and this is my electric. So I have not been using, I have maybe used this skateboard, the electric one, 10 times around that. I'm trying to save you guys, the ones that are looking at buying an electric skateboard, thinking that they're going to be fun, thinking that you're going to use it all the time. I'm going to give you my experience with this because I do not want you guys wasting as much money as I did. So there are some people on the electric skateboard forum that love electric skateboards. They die for them. They build them. They enjoy it. And that's awesome. That's great. It's good to see that people love doing that. Me personally, I had never ridden a longboard really before getting an electric skateboard. That's a red flag. So if you guys have never ridden an electric skateboard before, maybe you should ride a regular longboard because one, you need that experience to ride one of these things. Two, you might just find out that riding a regular longboard is actually pretty fun and you don't have to go for electric. I live in Wisconsin, so the roads are not like super great around here. They could be better, and one of the problems in riding it around the city is that one, we don't really have a lot of bike lanes, and even if we do have like some bike lanes in town or more road like room on the side, it's either like blacktop and then on the edge there's like a foot of concrete where the curb is, or it's like, or it might just be all blacktop or like the concrete, whatever, but it will have rocks, and a skateboard like that can't go over that. You can't ride them on the sidewalk because they're pedestrians and you don't want to run them over, and literally it goes 25 miles an hour. You're not going to do that on a sidewalk. So it basically puts you with bikes, and that's kind of where you got to stay on the side of the road and you got to obey like the bike laws. Since you can't ride on the absolute side of the road, it's hard for them to pass you because you have to be like 3 feet out, if not more, because there's all those rocks and there's like rocks and whatever. It's really hard to ride in the city. These things are pretty fun. You don't really get to do this that often. I mean, how many people have an electric skateboard? And I mean, they can be fun. It's like you're going how fast? 25 miles an hour. That's about how fast I can get on this thing. That's pretty crazy. Realistically though, you're not going to be going that fast all the time. You're going to be going around 15 to 20 at the tops, because 25, you got to make sure that you stay really stable. So it's not like you're going to be drag racing cars or anything. I mean, pushing's not that hard, let's be honest. I'm just saying that it's not that practical for most people to have an electric skateboard. Electric skateboards will not be as cool as you think. If you're a kid like me and you're just like, oh my gosh, Casey Neistat has one, like all these people have them, they love them, I need to get one, it'd be so cool. As a kid, where it's $700 to $1,000 whatever plus dollars it is to get one of these, it's not going to be practical. And just so you guys know, this is all my personal experience. I'm not ripping on electric skateboards. They are awesome. They're so cool. For some people, they might be great. I'm just giving my personal experience and like why I'm probably going to get rid of this thing eventually. If you need it for transportation and you live in a big city, this might be the best bet for you. If you live in an urban area though, I would highly recommend against this. It's not that great of an idea because like cars, they're not like gridlocked all the time. You can't use bike lanes. There's not a lot of bike lanes. Rocks is a big thing, like I said. These wheels aren't meant for rocks. I mean, you can get some like MBS all-terrain wheels, but that's still, I was thinking about doing that, but it's like an extra $100 for this. So if you would actually use an electric skateboard for transportation, I think it would be a very valuable aspect. If you live in a big city where there are bike lanes, like New York City, maybe Chicago, I don't know. Like if you live in a place where the roads are good and you would use this for transportation, it actually would be really good for you. For me, I don't really have a lot of places to go. I just got my driver's license. I was actually looking at this before I got my driver's license, but now that I have my driver's license, I can go anywhere I want. The thing is, I don't really have a lot of places I need to go. I can't really drive these to the places I would really need to go to, and there's not like a lot of recreational places in my town that I would take this to. And on top of that, like you can't really take this place or this thing anywhere. I mean, it's just so heavy. This thing, I don't know how heavy it is. It's pretty heavy because of all the batteries and stuff, and it's pretty bulky. And this one, at least, I mean, you can make smaller ones. You can make them lighter. Like if you build one, and it might be a little bit easier, but still. And then you got to worry about someone stealing it. Someone steals this, like you're only out $100 or whatever it was. But I find that it would almost be more fun for me if I really need to go somewhere like that was maybe like a mile or two away to take the skateboard or even walk or run or whatever it would be. Like this is the big thing. If you think that you're gonna use it more, like you're probably not. Like if you come up with all these excuses, like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna use this everywhere. I'm gonna use it going here, going here, going here, going here, going here, going here. You're not going to. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to use it that much as you think you would. Don't go to mom and dad. I bought this thing all by myself. Don't go to mom and dad and be like, I need $1,000 to buy a skateboard. They're probably not going to give it to you, and it's just not practical. If you will use it for transportation and you need to get places really fast, or you live really far away, or up and down hills to your work or school or whatever, electric skateboard might be the choice for you. Once again, I don't want to sound salty about this. I'm kind of mad that I spent this money, and I really truly want to help other people make good decisions. I don't want you kids or even adults to go out and buy one of these things and then realize that you really aren't going to use it. So that just about wraps this up. Please don't leave any hate. I'm just trying to give my personal experience. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you advice. An electric skateboard, if you're using it for transportation, go for it. I mean, it might actually be really feasible and really helpful for you to have an electric skateboard. If you're a kid though and you're like, oh, I just want to have fun, and like you think that you're going to have a lot of fun with an electric skateboard, I say stay away from it. Get a regular longboard. This thing, as you can see, it's just wheels, a deck. I mean, these things, you buy a good one once and it'll last 5-10 years. Also, be sure to subscribe. In my daily life, I try to vlog, I do reviews on other stuff that interests me. Ben, come over here. Which one do you like more? Do you like this one or this one better? Which one, this one or this one? That one? You like that one more? Why? I don't like that one at all. Okay, so like actually one of the fun things I did with the electric skateboard is I actually took Benjamin and I like held him and while having the remote in my hands, and I like rode down the road with him going like maybe 5-10 miles an hour. Was that fun? You enjoyed that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you enjoyed that.
Yep.
So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Can you say bye? Bye.